Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Student of the Second Quarter. My name is Megan Kelly. I am the incredibly proud principal of Rolling Meadows High School and really looking forward to spending the next 30 to 40 minutes together on a very, very cold Tuesday morning. As we get going this morning, I want to share a little bit about Student of the Quarter and this specific nomination that we're happy to share with our kids and their families. I want to thank everybody who took the time out of their busy Tuesday morning, especially after a 3-day weekend, to be here. So you're going to hear a lot of stories this morning, and when we talk about Student of the Quarter, we really are talking about nominating students against 5 specific criteria. So here at Rolling Meadows, we have something called the 5 foundations. If you're not familiar, I'm going to share with you what those are. The 5 foundations are: number 1, be respectful. Students who are respectful are those who care for themselves as well as for the people and spaces around them. The second foundation, be responsible, a student who's prepared and accountable for their actions. The third foundation, be safe. Students who are safe make positive choices. If they see something, they say something. The fourth foundation, be engaged, has to do with students who are present and focused at the task in hand, whether it's on their learning or the activity or the athletic program that they're involved in. And then finally, our fifth foundation is be involved. And our kids who are involved are actively participating in school activities, events, inside and outside of the classroom. So when we ask our staff to nominate every quarter students for Student of the Quarter, we ask them to look at these specific criteria and to make decisions based on those. And the reality is, you'll hear from our staff this morning about each one of our individual students, and while they may be nominated against one of these criteria, the majority of them are going to be emblematic of multiple of them, often all 5. Because these are the kids that are leaders in our school, whether they're quiet leaders or louder leaders. They're students who make good decisions. They're students who truly embody what it means to be a Mustang. And the reason why, or the additional reason why Student of the Quarter is so special, is because you can only be nominated once in your tenure here at Rolling Meadows High School. So once in 4 years, which means that you students have really done things to be recognized by the teachers, because you can't be nominated again, right? So they picked you because of the things that you are doing and the impact that you are making. So as we go ahead and get started this morning, I do want to introduce a few people who are in the room. We have some administrators with us and we have some staff with us. I'm going to start with our administrative team, and if admin, if you're here, if you could stand and wave. We have lots going on this morning, so not everybody was able to make it. I do want to begin with our associate principals, Mr. Nathan Aislinger, our associate principal for instruction. Mr. Scott Schulten, our associate principal for activities and operations. Michelle Bremer, our Associate Principal for Student Services, who was not able to be here this morning. I also want to introduce our division heads. I know Mary Leckritz is here. Greta Rocco is here. Michelle Gammelgard and Tina Holtz couldn't make it this morning, and Mr. Wiederzak is actually covering Mr. Geyer's 0-hour class so that he could be here this morning to represent his student. Our deans are getting the building going, so they weren't able to make it. Mr. Mishler's got things going on in activities and athletics. And so that sort of brings it to a close with our administrative team. I do want to recognize our staff. So if you are a teacher, and a staff member, a counselor, a related service provider, an ESP, if you could stand and wave, that would be fantastic. So, students and parents, the staff that are here because they believe in you, whether they nominated you or they're here to support you as you receive this award. They are the backbone of our school. We couldn't do anything without them. And to our staff, thank you again to you for taking time out of your Tuesday morning to help us celebrate these kids. So as we go ahead and get started now with the actual recognition portion of the ceremony, I'm so excited to share that we have 21 students of the second quarter. Not all of them could make it, but we are going to read or say something about each one of them. It's very important to us that we see their faces and we say their names. Students, when your name is called, I'm going to ask you to come forward with your nominating staff member. Nominating staff members, I'm going to ask you to come forward. You're going to either read or say a few words about the student you nominated, and then you're going to move over to the side to take some photos, courtesy of our amazing multimedia students and advisors, okay? And then at the conclusion of today's event, students, we're going to have you hang back. We'll take a group photo with your certificates, and then we'll get you on your way to class. All right? Everybody ready to hear about our kids? This is the best part. Our first student of the quarter, Andres Perea Silva, nominated by Mr. Geyer. Come on forward.
All right, Andres couldn't be here, but I did catch him in Mr. Krikorsky's class last week to let him know that he was our nominee, or at least my nominee, and Andres is fantastic. He's in our second level automotive course, which is our diagnostics class. And this is our first year meeting each other since he wasn't in my first level class, as he had a different automotive teacher. Andres is an engaged student who has used what he has learned in the classroom in his own life. He has helped his family members fix and maintain their cars, and he always gives me updates after each weekend, especially about his rock climbing. So he's really into rock climbing. He goes to indoor places and he goes to all sorts of state parks. And every week I ask the students on a day like today, what do you do this weekend? And every weekend he tells me about his rock climbing. So I think that's super unique. But the main reason I nominated him was because he fixes his own cars and he tells me about it, and he's taking what he learned in the classroom and applying it to his own home and hopefully saving his family some money and keeping the cars running. So I'm just so proud of him. Andres Perea Silva, great kid.
Our next student of the quarter, Lucy Thomas, was nominated by Ms. Eileen Herbster.
So I selected you for your exceptional leadership and dedication during the NHS induction ceremony. You consistently went above and beyond by checking in, anticipating needs, and making sure every detail was handled. You took initiative in keeping track of administrators, completing special and unexpected tasks, and supporting both students and staff so the event ran smoothly. Your reliability, quiet leadership, and commitment to serving others exemplify the qualities that we love here with our students of the quarter.
All right, Ms. Herbster has our next student of the quarter nomination, which is Sophia Bautista.
So Sophia couldn't be here, but I nominated her for her curiosity, strong work ethic, and leadership in our Earned Honors Biology program. She consistently pushes herself to think deeply, ask meaningful questions, and provide thoughtful, well-reasoned answers that go beyond surface understanding. Sophia works incredibly hard, takes ownership of her learning, and models academic responsibility for her peers. Her engagement, persistence, and positive influence in the classroom make her a true leader and an excellent choice for the recognition.
Thank you, Ms. Herbster. So now I'm going to invite up Ms. Michelle Marconi, who has 4 Student of the Quarter nominations. And I'm going to ask all 4 students to come forward, and she's going to speak about them. So Alex Nikolov, Arianna Cruz, Genesis Vasquez, and Karina Rivera.
Thank you so much. So I'm here representing for AVID with Alex and Genesis. Unfortunately, Arianna and Karina could not be with us, but they represent all 4 levels of our AVID program. AVID is a college readiness program that helps students figure out what they want to do after high school. We explore lots of options. They get pushed into being peer tutors with one another, being leaders within the building, helping our freshmen out. And Alex, Genesis, Karina, and Ari have been exemplary in that. Specifically, Alex and Genesis have been awesome leaders during tutorial sessions. They are quiet leaders who are always ready to help out their peers, and it tremendously helps everyone around them and their quiet leadership has not gone unnoticed. Ari and Karina have been exceptional leaders with our freshman foundation push-ins that we've been doing as well. So very proud to lead these young people in our AVID program and to see how they're going to become leaders in the future.
Thanks so much, Ms. Marconi. And I've had the opportunity to sit in on some of those AVID tutorials, and they really are remarkable to see students leading students in their learning, fully engaging, and the teacher is really just there as a supervising. And it's because of kids like these that happens in our school. So congratulations again to them. Our next student of the quarter, Russell Snyder, was nominated by Mr. Dominic Morella.
All right, so Russell is in our fine arts class that I co-teach with Steph Spars. You've been selected as, Russell, you've shown outstanding leadership, service, and engagement. You took initiative and led a project to support the custodians in the building. You show a true appreciation and genuine respect for our school community. You consistently step into leadership roles, encourage your peers, and you're willing to try new things. And it's been really cool to just watch your confidence grow, and you always have a positive attitude, so it's been a pleasure to have you in Fine Arts.
Thanks so much, Mr. Morella. Our next student of the quarter, Lucky Busimi, was nominated by Ms. Kate McNally.
Good morning, everybody. So this is my friend Lucky, and I selected her to be student of the quarter for my French 1 class because she is literally a dream student. She recently immigrated from Africa, and she already speaks Swahili, Chichwa, and English, and now she's learning French. So come here right next to me. Can you tell everyone how do you say hello in Swahili? Jambo. Can everyone say jambo? Can you teach everybody how to say hello in Chichwa? Bobo. Everyone say bobo. Bobo. And now she's learning French. How do you say hello in French? Bonjour. Bonjour. Say bonjour. See, isn't she a dream student? She's just so fantastic. So she's so dedicated to French because it's spoken in a lot of different African countries. And when she was in Africa, she was not able to take French class. So she just sits there every day and just smiles at me and just makes class such a pleasant place. And she has such a beautiful smile. I love having her in class. And she also joined our French club. So can we hear it for Lucky?
Thank you, Ms. McNally. Our next student of the quarter, Janet Brindis, was nominated by Mr. Sean Radcliff.
Good morning. I have the honor to award Janet Brindis with Student of the Second Quarter. And I was honestly shocked to see that Janet was still available, because as you know, you can only win it once. And Janet has really left a mark on this school. She's contributed to creating a Latino section in our school library. She helped create a multicultural fair for our school. She helped bring a wheelchair ramp for our bleachers in our stadium. She's done so much. And I'm fortunate to have Janet in our College World Religions class. And I don't know if you realize this, but you've also brought people into our class. Sometimes class discussions can be really good, but they can just kind of volley back and forth between the same students. And again, I don't know if you've noticed this, but whenever Janet starts to speak up, other people in class join in. And I haven't fully figured out why, but I see it happen all the time. When Janet gets involved, people just follow. And I so appreciate you. So let's give it up for Janet.
Thank you so much, Mr. Radcliffe. Our next student of the quarter, Brienna Cundiff, was nominated by Mr. Eric Rosenwald.
Hi, everyone. So I nominated Bree. This is a culmination, actually, of an entire semester of just hard work. One of the identifying features of Bree is that she's a cheerleader. It is like in her blood. This is just what she does. She had one day where she came into the tutoring center for my math class, and she was in tears. And because she was just insanely stressed, she was stressed about cheerleading, her schedule, she had no free time whatsoever, she was struggling with the math we were doing, but she was there getting help, and she always finds the time to come in and get the help. And that's the reason that I actually chose her for Student of the Quarter, because she exemplifies the fact that if there's a will, there's a way. If you're struggling, you can find the time, you can put in the effort, and you can be successful. And she did an amazing job last semester, and I couldn't have been prouder of her for all of her work and her efforts. And you know, she is what Rolling Meadows High School is all about. Hard work pays off. So.
Thanks, Mr. Rosenwald. Our next two students of the quarter were nominated by Ms. Retta Rocco. So I'm going to invite her up to speak about Jovanny Cruz and Jose Rodriguez Velasquez.
Hats off to Lucy for, I believe one of her characteristics was that she could wrangle administrators, and that's like herding cats. So if you could do it at that age, Lucy, you got a real future, because that's this group, hard work. Okay, Jovanny. Jovanny has been selected as student of the second quarter. Jovanny did a great job of showing up and participating in class and program coursework, volunteered to assist and encourage classmates to get involved. Jovanny's attendance, grades, and attitude about his academics was impressive, and we know that he will continue to be successful this upcoming semester as he has now advanced into other coursework. Jose Rodriguez Velasquez is our other student of the quarter, and Mr. Bank and I and the group, Ms. Tellez is here. We nominated Jose for being a great job, many of the same qualities as Jovanny, of participating and getting involved in the program coursework. Also, his grades and attendance exceeded our expectations. And he really accomplished all the goals that were set at the beginning of the quarter, and therefore he also has advanced into other coursework, and we're really proud of him.
Thanks, Ms. Rocco and Mr. Benka. Okay, our next student of the quarter, Alizon Garcia, was nominated by Ms. Christine Savellano.
My sweet Alizon. Okay. Alizon is an absolute joy to have. She's in my ESL 1 reading and writing classes, so I get to see Alizon every day, and she's also now in my freshman foundation, so she sees me twice in one day and one in another day, so we get a lot of each other. Not only does she come to class prepared to learn, but she always helps those around her. The energy, effort, and attitude she brings to class does not go unnoticed, and I'm beyond proud of her English growth this semester. Alizon can do anything she sets her mind to and has the brightest of futures ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Savellano. Our next student of the quarter, nominated by Mrs. Katie Shaw, is Almina, music.
All right, good morning. Unfortunately, Almina is not here with us today, but she is my school library intern. And so as the school librarian, I've had the privilege of working with Almina this past semester. She has been a wonderful addition to our team. She's an amazing asset to the library with her innovative ideas, hardworking attitude, and advocacy for all student groups at Rolling Meadows. For Hispanic Heritage Month, National Disability Awareness Month, and Native American Heritage Month, Almina created school-wide displays by curating books, creating signage, and spreading information to other students. Almina is quick to lend a hand, helping students find books and tutoring Mustangs in the library. She's a true representation of an upstander who is positively shaping the future of the school, and we are so grateful for all she does.
Thank you, Mrs. Shaw. Our next student of the quarter, Sofia Magana Vasquez, was nominated by Caroline Slowick.
Okay, so unfortunately Sophia couldn't be here this morning, but she's been selected for a student of the second quarter. She truly represents what it means to be a Mustang. She takes pride in her work and consistently writes with detail and thoughtfulness. She is polite, supportive of others, and always eager to find new ways to participate and contribute in class. I'm very lucky to have such a determined, kind student in my classroom.
Thank you, Ms. Slowick. Ms. Fars, I'm going to invite you up to speak about your two students of the quarter, Michael Trice and Justin Gervitz.
Good morning, everybody. I'll start by talking about Justin. These are two senior students that I have this semester in my acting program and acting classes, so I'll give them a hard time about not being here when I see them in 20 minutes. So Justin has really stepped up as a director this semester. I'm really, really proud of him. It's something that he has kind of grown in over the last couple of years, and one of the things that I think is representative of Justin's growth is we just finished directing an entire class-wide project. We did a one-act called Interrupting Vanessa, and it was split between 3 directors. Justin came up to me after we finished doing the presentation, and he said, you know, as far as how do I know if I've gotten better as a director? How do I know if I've grown? And I said, Justin, that's exactly the question that you should be asking. And so to see him kind of grow from someone who's just passionate about theater to somebody who's really kind of interested in going deeper into what it means to direct and work with a group of students, I think is really remarkable. And to have that reflective component is essential. You don't get better unless you can see what you need to improve on. And Justin is certainly doing all of that. And then I also have Mikey, who is new to our theater program, started at the end of last year as a junior and is now a leader in our program as a senior. And one of the things that I think is so remarkable, and the reason that I nominated Mikey for this award today, is because of how joyful he is in everything that he does. He comes into a rehearsal room ready to go. We just got back from a 2-day trip to Illinois State University and saw a statewide production of Newsies. And he came up to me after and said, Ms. Fars, I feel underused in my potential. I'm going to devote myself more to theater. And I said, that's great, Mikey. I'm so excited about it because when Mikey gets excited about something, everybody else in the room does too. And so I'm very proud to have both of these young students in my program and grateful for their time and dedication.
Thank you, Ms. Svars. Our next student of the quarter, Melody Christensen, was nominated by Ms. Jessica Tucker.
All right. I selected Melody because of her heart for being in the classroom. A lot of students show up and just want to get their work done. With Melody, she shows up with questions, she shows up with engagement with her table. I watch her table often and she is explaining, reteaching, answering questions. And you know, during class that sometimes can feel disruptive, but not for Melody. She's really helping and making her group understand in ways that really no one else could. So she's been fantastic in the classroom. That's for Algebra 2. And it's really fun to see her just take ownership of her learning. So I'm really proud of how she's worked.
Thanks so much, Mrs. Tucker. Our next student of the quarter was nominated by Ms. Luckritz, who's taking a picture. Shawal Khan, who is coming on the bus. But we're going to go ahead and have Ms. Luckritz speak about Shawal, and hopefully they'll make it.
You know, I was hoping the timing was going to work out. Shawal will be the first person in my classroom this morning. And all the teachers in here know what a joy it is to have someone who comes in and is like, hi, what are we going to do today? And is the one person, not one, both Shawal and Talal are both so kind. So whenever you need to partner someone with someone who's a little uncomfortable or nervous or is a new person to the school, you partner them with Shawal because you know he will take care of everyone. He has such a good heart. He is intellectually, and he's one of the best students in the class. Everybody wants to partner with him because if we have a contest, they know they'll get an A. Intellectually curious. He's amazing. He takes color-coded notes, which is incredible. He is a joy to have in class. He is wonderful and should be celebrated and is so humble. He will not even realize, he'll just be like, oh, thank you. And he will not realize that he is so deserving of this honor.
And our final student of the quarter, Talal Khan, was nominated by Miss Allison DeBerg.
You may notice that Shawal and Talal are identical twins. And I asked Talal last week, I was like, do you guys ever do like a little switcheroo and just trick us? And he's like, no. No. Like, how ridiculous. And I think that shows you a little bit of Talal's integrity. He is a phenomenal student, is what I said. He's conscientious, he's meticulous. You can just see the joy of learning on his face. And I think about when he and his brother came from Pakistan this year, how terrified I would be. And they just show up ready to learn, so kind, so respectful, just so deeply engaged with what they're doing. I mean, truly like an ideal student. So that is why I nominated Talal. I wish he had been here, but that's okay.
So, since arriving at Meadows in the fall of 23, I have introduced myself as the incredibly proud principal of Rolling Meadows High School. And it is mornings like these that emphasize and reconfirm that incredible pride that I have in this school and in these kids and in this community. This group here this morning is representative of our beautiful diversity. Students, you've been nominated for things like tutoring students in AVID and wrangling administrators at an NHS event, showing up for tutoring when you need to, leading discussions in college world religions, which is a really heady and difficult class to be a part of. And for so many reasons, you are the best of what Rolling Meadows has to offer. You are leaders, you are paving the way forward for us, and for those of you that are going to be graduating and leaving in a few months, you are leaving your mark, your legacy here, and for those of you who are just getting started or have a couple more years to go, we can't wait to see what you do next. To our parents, our guardians, our families, thank you for everything you do. You are raising remarkable children. We are grateful for your trust and your partnership. And to our staff, thank you for showing up, for believing in these kids, and for noticing them. You know, I said last semester, or the last student of the quarter, back in the first semester, as a mom myself, of an almost 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 10-year-old, when I send them to school every day, I hope that somebody notices them, and we have incredible staff who do just that. So that brings us to the conclusion of this second student of the quarter. Students, if you could take your certificates over, we're gonna take some group photos. Families, please grab a snack on your way out. Thank you again for being here. I hope everybody has a wonderful morning. Stay warm.